Hey YouTube, it's echobear, and today I want to review an app for you guys that's called Cytus. Now before I even get into talking about the serious stuff today, I want to thank my lovely friend Taylor, also known as Travelsome on Twitter. She is fantastic, and I was so lucky to be able to meet her in person at the Too Many Games convention I went to. She suggested this app to me like forever ago, and I'm just now getting to it, so sorry. But we need to go to the serious stuff so I can tell you about this wonderful app. So, Cytus is made by Raya, and the first version that I can find of it being released was on January 7th, 2012. So, for what this is worth, this app is fairly old in app store standards. So yeah, pretty much that doesn't really tell you a lot about this game, and that's why I'm here. So as far as genre goes, this game is a music app. I don't know what these are called generally, and if I do, it's escaped me. But it's essentially Guitar Hero-esque, where you have to hit buttons as they go by to the rhythm of the music or the harmony or whatever bit of music that it's synced up to. Have to hit them on a specific time to get the points and do the thing. So yay, let's go talk about the game. So pretty much this game is probably one of the most creative music-based apps that I've ever seen. And I did an entire week full of music-based apps, and I'm still really kind of bummed that I didn't get to see this one during that. But that aside, Cytus is super interesting because unlike a lot of these games where all of what you have to do is on a very set, very specific track, like Guitar Hero for instance, you have your buttons, you know where they're coming from, you just have to hit them really fast and at the right time. Same with a lot of other really popular apps like Love Live, which I'm gonna get to eventually, where it's a very set position where everything is gonna happen. And there are games that do kind of subvert this, but it all feels like it's kind of on a track, and Cytus kind of does away with this. It has a line that moves from bottom to top, back down in forever motions to the beats of the song. So what that means is that's keeping time for you, essentially, and as it goes up, you have to hit the dots that show up below it, no matter where they are on the screen. You want to hit all of those before it reverses its momentum and starts coming back down, and then hit all of the new dots or lines with dots that show up from it. It's really hard to explain this game without visuals to go along with it, even though I know I'm gonna have visuals over here, but it's hard to talk about it with just my voice and having to explain it. That is the core function of this gameplay. It's very fun, it's very fast-paced, it's very addictive and wonderful, and it's really crazy and hard to keep up with. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It has a lot of one of the plus sides for this game, aside from it being super duper creative and fantastic in that aspect, it also has a ridiculous number of songs. So the game has 10 chapters, all of which have 12 to 15-ish songs within them. And then it has a prologue, what is it? I want to get this right. It has a prologue, a chapter called Symphony, a chapter called Night, chapter Retro, Timeline, Demo, L, Night Keepers, and Million. So that is a ridiculous number of songs to play through. I've gotten through all of chapter 1-ish, some of chapter 2, and some of chapter 3. All of them have very specific and very interesting sort of themes tied with them that kind of go with the chapter's header image. The one thing I was kind of bummed out with this was I was expecting plot to come with it, which, shame on me, sometimes that has happened more than once, but it is still a very gorgeous and beautiful app. Like, with the art, it's very obvious that everybody who worked on it is super, super duper talented. The music is fun and happy to listen to, which is awesome because it's the main part of the game. I know some apps I've played like this that I don't really enjoy the music that goes along with it, so if I like the music, that's a bonus. If you're not into very techno-y music, I haven't really run into a lot, that might be for you, so I would maybe check out Voice instead, which I've also done an app review on. Hey! But aside from that, it's a very, very well-polished app. It's actually super forgiving for how hard it is. I've never failed a level even when playing on the hard setting, which is also very, very nice. It's very interesting to go through these games and see how forgiving or how unforgiving they're going to be. I know with Voice, like, if you went with the hardest difficulty, it became almost impossible. But it was still forgiving enough that it would let you play through the entire song. You just had to try to get the highest score, and that's the same way with Cytus. It's very forgiving. You get to play through the whole song, even if you do pretty bad. Like, even tapping on the circles as you go is pretty forgiving. You could tap it way too late or way too early, and it'll still pretty much give it to you as long as you're not, like, super off. So, in all honesty, for this game, I have to give it about an 8 out of 10. It's super fantastic. It's wonderfully well executed. It's a little confusing to start with, especially if you're used to more essentially track-based or very railroady-esque music games of this same genre. So it may be a little difficult to pick up. And also, there's just so much music, so much music. It's wonderful. All of them are super creative and fun, and it's just a really, really good game. Once again, thank you, Troublesome, for suggesting this to me. If you're not already following her, go follow her on Twitter. She is fantastic. She's super talented. She has an Etsy store, which I love. It's so cute. She does a bunch of Animal Crossing stuff. Like, what are you waiting for? Go follow her. She's wonderful and fantastic and the best. But yeah, if you guys want to download Cytus, I'm leaving links in the description where you can go download them. Make sure to stick to the very end of this video to see more stuff that I've done. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!